There we go, except
that's very shocking, Top Dog.
I screwed up.
Yeah, I know.
Ooh, except we got some feedback.
Very shocking, Top Dog. Oh, I did it. I did it.
I know it's always Scott. It's always
Damn,
Scott.
production values.
I should know to mute you. Anyway, we are live with the weather report. I believe it is March 2nd. And let's see, I'm 25,623 days old today. And you better subscribe because I don't got long left. I'm, trying to push it. Heading for 25666. And I want to point out again that Minnesota COVID cases day before yesterday were 666. And I believe that is signaling the end times or signaling that maybe. No, I'm not going to say that. Okay, I'm not saying that.
And like Speed said, he doesn't have long left. So, but if you subbed his channel, he will let you piss on his grave.
Yes. That is a feature. Yep. And I'm going to be buried with my cats because they won't know what to do without me.
Are you going to wait for them to die though?
No. My kids aren't. Well, that would be cruel because my kid won't feed them for 2 weeks and they'll die of starvation after I die, right?
Oh, all right.
Yeah, because I don't think he's going to remember to feed the cats.
Yeah,
well,
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Top Dog.
Are they going to undig your coffin and open it back up to put the cats in?
No, they're just going to throw them in with me. They're just going to.
Right. That's what I was worried about. That like you die, they put you in the box, and then just before they lower it into the ground, they throw the 2 live cats in there.
Well, that would be such a Buddhist thing to do. Let the cats eat me. Is where you're going?
Yeah. They'd have to consume you to stay alive as long as they could. So,
that would be a Buddhist burial.
And I want to comment too that intro you have. It looks like you're dancing to techno music with your arms crossed.
Good.
The way that
I do that all the time.
Yeah.
I do that all the time. Let's see. So Darth Dawkins is over beating on Dak, and that ought to be a match. So I thought maybe I asked Dak if it was okay. I'm not sure if he responded to me. No, he's too engaged to even respond to me.
He won't say nothing.
But anyway, so I think I sent all my viewers over there today, and now that Darth is there, this is going to go on for about 15 hours. Maybe so we're not going to get a lot of viewers today, so I kind of screwed myself by.
Danny's in the live chat. You should send Danny over to Dax.
Danny, you should go see Darth. Darth is over on Dax's channel. Come on in, Danny. We want you in here today. We haven't had a lot of Danny lately, and it's been. Let me see here. Okay, share audio.
Yeah, the only thing I've seen of Danny in a few days is my dartboard.
Yeah, I know. Well, when I went out for carry permit, basically certification, I brought a Danny picture with me to inspire me, and it helped. It really helped. I was really good at it.
Danny says, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Speed. Danny says, answers in atheism. I'm not falling for
it. Come on, Danny. We want you in here. Danny, I don't know if you heard it, but on several streams, we were talking about how much we like you and how much we appreciate your content and your contributions. And it was sincere as hell. And disregard that shit we were just saying about the dartboard and the target practice. We were kidding. I mean, we kid, Danny. Right? Okay.
We kid,
Danny.
What are we to poop on?
We don't mean it. We don't know. We don't. Yeah.
So I'm surprised. Just you put this up without sound. I'm surprised at the sheer fact that Dak has been talking for as long as he has.
Yeah,
without Darth interrupting.
I think Dak might be a good match for Darth. Maybe, I don't know, but almost. I don't know. Oh, Scott, Danny's disappointed in you, Scott. Scott, are you here, Scott? Scott's muted. Why is Danny in?
Sorry about that. Well, I hope that he's able to, kind
articulate
of explain with me. Yeah, because I do believe in working things out, and I did understand after that some of what I said could be upsetting, and
Leo
I didn't want to do that, but it's just hard to it's just hard to talk about motivations without people
Jesus fucking
objecting
Christ,
to what you say or being insulted.
Trying to moderate that fucking
in
thing is
the
bad.
live chat, Leo Phileas just let us know the reason that Dak's been able to talk so long is he has Darth muted.
Oh
yeah. Well, I was trying to be like, okay, dude, you're both interrupting each other. Can we have moderation? But you know what? I wasn't being heard, so I was like, fuck it, I'm out.
Yeah, same with me.
Look at him. He's without hearing what he's saying. He looks pissed though, doesn't he? Hey, Speeds, are you listening to that by yourself and not letting the rest of us hear it, or what's going on here? You're muted, Speed, and we can't hear anything in this video.
Well,
Hi guys, I'm
Hi.
Speed of Sound. I thought I would stop in and yeah, I'm working on it. I'm working on the audio. Okay.
I thought I'd stop in and take part in my own show.
Yeah, I thought I'd stop in and say hi and maybe contribute a little bit. Come on in, Danny. Damn it, we want you in here today, Danny. We got things to discuss. Okay, try talking, guys. Oh, cool, it works. Cool. Now I got to check my mic and audio settings on this goddamn stream here. Oh yeah, we're good.
Leo Phileas says Dak is romping Darth right now.
Really?
We can't hear any of it. That's what he
Okay,
said.
what was
Yeah.
it? Can you tell me the point I was trying to get across to you?
No, I can't because you keep interrupting me when I try to, and then you move on to something else. And
I'm
sorry,
surprised.
but my brain isn't as young as it used to be. I can't keep track of that stuff that long anymore. If you would have let me address the points you had already made after you had made them, when you asked whether I agreed or not, and I told you, no, I don't agree, and I wanted to explain why I don't agree, and then you won't let me do that. Okay, you're not the moderator here. You're not running this program. So, if you've got a point to make that you haven't made yet,
I'm
go
trying
ahead.
to make it, but you
know
won't
what?
let me.
Okay, well, it'll wait now. You can come back on another episode, or you can do it later in this one. But Otangelo
Why
just
do you
came in.
why do you keep why do you keep cutting me off?
Why do you keep cutting me off?
I haven't finished my point yet.
I was in the middle of a
douchebag.
sentence when you asked me why I keep cutting you off. Like I said, we're both doing this to each other.
Are you can I ask you a question?
Oh God, that's a loaded question.
Are you afraid of listening to me for 60 seconds?
Oh my
to
God.
No,
finish
I'm
my
not.
point without interrupting me?
Go ahead. 60 seconds. You
Okay,
got that.
so you're not going to interrupt me for 60
I'll give
seconds.
you more than 60 seconds. Go ahead.
I've been
Okay.
shouting,
All
"Don't
right.
do it!" With the
Now,
mute
when
on.
you tell me I'm wrong about something, it presupposes that some things are impossible. Because if nothing is impossible, then you can't say anything is wrong. Okay? Do you understand that first point?
Was that it?
So do you agree with that? Okay, if nothing is impossible, then how can anybody stipulate anything is wrong?
Darth, you told him not to interrupt for 60 seconds.
Right. He's,
You don't have an answer to that.
Okay, this is funny.
he doesn't fucking know what to do with them.
Well, no, Dak's just like, he's like,
If
you wanted
nothing's
60
impossible,
seconds, I'm
and
being
we
quiet.
assert that anything
I
is
know.
wrong.
I mean, Darth doesn't know what to
No,
do.
Darth,
with that.
yeah.
Oh my God, this is
Can you hear
precious.
me?
Dak is
Well,
my
I'm asking you a
fucking
question.
hero.
If nothing is
Is he
impossible,
giving it his whole
then we
time?
stipulate that
Is that what he's
anything is
doing?
wrong.
Yeah.
So he's giving the whole 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Man, you do it, boy, not.
You have an answer?
Dak is redeeming himself.
Okay, could you tell me?
I was giving you at least your 60 seconds.
No, I
Have you made your
understand
point?
that. Yeah.
Have you finished your
Oh,
point during the
man.
60 seconds? Because it doesn't
Okay,
seem to me
so
you had. It
if
seems to me
nothing-
that you wanted to keep asking me things to have me interrupt
just wanna
you
make
and
sure
then
that you
accuse me of
understood my-
interrupting again.
I just want to understand. See if
Well,
you just
I nodded.
understood.
Yeah, I understood. I'm
Okay, all
doing
right.
my
all
best
right.
to not interrupt you.
Okay, so in
You
order,
don't
in
make it
order
easy when you're insisting that I interrupt you.
Okay, so in order for you to stipulate that something that I said is wrong, then at least one or more things have to be impossible. But in order for there to be
No, that's not true.
may I finish, please?
Sure.
No,
but
you can't.
I just
Okay.
disagreed with
All
you.
right, how can something be wrong if nothing is impossible?
What kind of question? What?
Yeah.
Jesus.
With anything that your brain, decides
When I say
to
stipulate, I mean assert and defend.
Oh, assert and defend. Okay, well, I wouldn't have put and defend in a definition of stipulate. So now I understand what you meant better. Thank you for that.
Okay. Can you say that anything is wrong and defend it if nothing is impossible?
Well, that's an
I don't
interesting
think that nothing
question.
is impossible, so I think the context is incoherent.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
what
mean,
I'm saying to you is
there are things that are impossible.
Okay. Now
We've already established
that. Okay. So what is it at a fundamental level that imposes and secures what's impossible?
I don't think anything has to impose and secure what is impossible.
Then why is anything
things
impossible?
Things that are impossible are impossible.
What
and I
makes
don't think
it so?
any of us has a complete list of everything that's impossible or a complete list of what makes things impossible that are impossible.
Is there something?
Because after
is
all,
there something that makes it impossible? Is there something that imposes impossibility?
Falling outside of the realm of possibility makes something impossible.
No, I want to know. Okay,
that's an answer.
Hey guys, anybody who hasn't gone over to Dak's channel and liked this video or gone over and at least open a window so more are watching should do it, because I'm kind of stealing his shit here. And
especially just out of human compassion for him putting himself in the line of fire like that.
Exactly. Yeah. And he's doing so goddamn well. I've never seen anybody do quite this well with Darth.
He's got Darth Flummox.
He's a Darth whisperer.
Yeah.
We've been
in
waiting
about
for
10 minutes. His hair is going to go from purple to totally gray.
Metaphysics. I'm saying that is by definition what makes something impossible.
Okay, what is it that imposes why anything is impossible?
Oh, fuck.
Who says anything has to impose it? Who says that anything that's impossible has to stay impossible? We don't know that things that are impossible have to stay impossible. They seem to consistently stay impossible, but there's nothing about what seems to be. There is nothing that gives us any proof that anything necessarily will always.
Can you tell me? So there's nothing that will always be impossible in your opinion?
That's not what I said. I said we don't have any proof that will always be the case. We might not exist anymore if the universe changes, for example, in such a way that a round square might suddenly be a thing, or a married bachelor might suddenly be possible. If that was the case, then we would probably not exist anymore, because the rules of logic that allow us to exist wouldn't work anymore.
Okay. Can you tell me one thing is impossible and what imposes that?
A square circle.
And what would make
geometry.
What would make that impossible?
He answered that question. Geometry, which is the correct answer.
Geometry?
Okay. Is geometry an absolute?
No.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
I'm not sure what you mean by an absolute in that context.
Is geometry fixed and unchanging?
No, geometry is evolving. Universe. Well, the geometry as defined by humans is evolving. Okay. Geometry really in the physical sense of the geometry of our universe.
My God, Otangelo is on Dak's channel now. He went over there instead of here.
So the thing is,
he's here too.
Geometry changes quite a bit, if I draw a triangle on some manifold that is flat and then I curve that manifold,
With
the
gravity?
thing is not going to look like a triangle would look like. Same thing with a circle. I can turn a circle into an oval. Geometry, when you start getting into higher level geometry, things get really, really, really weird. What I would
Riemannian
argue
geometry.
imposes what is possible or impossible would be whatever particular states of affairs are being considered in some sense.
Did I say that right? Right? Is it Riemannian geometry or Riemannian?
Riemannian geometry.
Riemannian geometry. Okay. Anyway, oh my God, this is precious. But
I know.
we are going to have to review this whole video. I don't know if we should keep watching it here.
I mean, does it pick right up where you stop it at?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, we're not live anymore. So
Yeah,
We're
just
not live.
well, to the audience, to anybody listening, go over to Dak's channel, hit a like, consider hitting subscribe, and then just because of the humanitarian service he's doing in the world.
right.
In other words, Darth Dawkins is not in some other chat talking.
Right.
Yes.
And can somebody that's not as boomerish as me post Dak's channel in like the live chat or something?
I already posted. I posted it in the description.
Oh,
I
okay.
posted his this video in the description. So
By the way,
and-
Speed, this video that we're doing now on your channel isn't going to get taken down unless Doc strikes it, which I doubt
yeah,
he
no,
would do.
yeah.
So I don't think we have
Yeah,
anything
no.
to worry about whether it's live or not.
No,
think-
I'm just worried about the ethical concern of stealing his viewers away from him.
Well, no. Think of it this way, Speed. Any viewers that are here that don't know of Dak having his own channel, you're doing him a service right now.
Right. Well, if we don't play, if we skip ahead to live now, we don't play the whole thing.
No,
then people-
don't skip ahead to live. We've been
Oh.
stopping and commenting on it. That's plus you informed Dak that you were going to do this. He didn't get
well,
because he's dealing.
Darth isn't in there anymore. Now it's Otangelo.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, so let's
Yep.
listen to the rest of them talking to Darth and see why Darth left.
Okay. Cool.
May or may not be evolving. It's really hard to be sure.
So geometry would not impose impossibility then?
Oh, we don't know. That's kind of a
Well, the
tough
rules
question.
of geometry as a subject impose certain things. Squares and
I'm
circles.
not talking about ideas
Squares
in
and
people's
circles
heads.
and round things have definitions.
Yeah, I know all
Definitions
this.
Definitions impose qualities on the things that they define.
The definitions.
A square circle would be a circle that has a property that a circle can't have.
So it would
because
just be
circles are
inconsistent.
defined as being something other than square. So this is just
Wow.
this is human
You know what?
brain
I'm gonna
stuff that's
leave in a
imposing.
second. I'm trying to have a back and forth conversation.
No, you're not.
Okay, fair
You're
enough.
not
No,
doing
you're not.
it. Okay.
Yeah, I
you're not-
kind of
Man,
am.
You're not-
what is he
Again,
not
you're,
doing?
Again, you're telling me about me. No, I'm here. I'm in on this
What?
conversation.
Yeah, no,
So I
you're,
know what I
you're
am
in
and
a-
I'm not
You're in
doing.
a zone
And
right
I
now.
did want to let
It's like you're
Otangelo
not even
say
talking
something.
with me. Yeah, it's not
Okay,
even like
well,
you're
then in that case,
interacting with
in that
me.
case, I'll just mute you again because, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, you can do that.
because again, you're accusing me of things that aren't happening here and that I'm not.
no, you're
doing.
not having an adult interaction.
Oh my
Really?
God.
No,
He-
you're
okay,
just talking
bye.
past me.
He's not
It's
an
his
honest
show.
interlocutor. He's not an
Nobody's
honest interlocutor.
Nobody screened Darth's interlocutor. Nobody screened him.
All right. So,
Why are we echoing?
foreskin?
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's a
not
slight
me.
echo coming through.
Who's echoing?
It's
It's
not me.
I got headphones.
What the fuck?
It was echoing when you had that up, I think.
Okay. Okay, so Otangelo's in there now. Otangelo's in both places. He's looking at both tabs. Anyway, that's-
So
Semi-omnipresent.
can I just point out too? It was so funny. Can I have 60 seconds? And then Darth sat there silent, letting him have 60 seconds. He kept asking him questions, and then as soon as Dak got a chance to talk, every 3 or 4 words Dak got out of his mouth,
he interrupted him.
Darth was opening his mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, Darth doesn't actually care about having a discussion. He cares about controlling the discussion. And when he can't do that, he claims he projects that the fact that he's trying to control the discussion onto his opponent, and then bitches and moans because he's not getting the opportunity to control
But
it. And
I thought people that can control a discussion are really great debaters, though.
It depends on how you do it. The way that Darth does is more just an interrogation.
I was being
doesn't want
sarcastic.
yeah, I know, but
Okay.
just he doesn't want with Darth. I mean, it's really really bad. The way that like R and Raw controls certain discussions that he has with creationists is the way that you want it, because he's doing it more of a Socratic method style, where he's asking them questions to get his opponent to reason themselves to the conclusion that would disagree with what they believe in. That's what you want to do. Darth just interrogates.
Well, and the classic example of that was on the Non Sequitur show when he debated Kent Hovind. And then after the debate, Kent Hovind was whining because his people had counted it up like, oh, that R and Raw, he interrupted me 175 times in that debate. And it's like, yeah, because Aaron had said every time that Kent says something that is patently false, I'm going to jump in and ask him a question about it.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so I updated the description with Dak's channel and his and this video for future reference. So if anybody can remember the date, we'll find it.
You know, I kind of wish that Dak had kept with the premise of his show. In other words, we're here to invite God to step in, and
Right.
And I'd like to go in there and type in chat. God just called me. He's in the
yeah, he's in the studio and he's
talking to Darth. But
yeah,
I guess I won't.
That's pretty good.
But
so,
now you can listen with Otangelo. You're too busy talking to Otangelo. God was in the backstage, and now he's mad. Somebody's going to pay for it. Some continent.
Man, I didn't even. I wish I thought more like you, Scott. Because then when I was there with my devil avatar, when Darth showed up, I should have said, "Hi, my son. Welcome."
There you go.
So I did a little video on Standing for Truth's little one-shot things last night, and I called him a Bible thumping dingleberry, which is his new name.
I feel like Stanley.
Yeah, but he's basically a Bible thumping dingleberry. I mean, he doesn't know a fucking thing about any of the science, and he just sits and spews like he does, like he's some kind of pro. And of course, Maddox does that too.
I still think that Stanley is just that half the shit. I think he's a Christian. I think he might be some form of creationist, but half the stuff that he's like been corrected on time and again, I really don't think he actually believes it. I think at least half of what Standing for Truth does. Yes, I think that half of what he does is just an act. I really do.
He's actually smart.
We don't call him SFT anymore. We call him BTD.
Well, it's interesting, right?
BTD.
Truth,
DB.
Truth is lies, right? So standing for lies, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's a little weird.
No, truth is hate.
Truth is hate. Standing for hate.
Yeah.
So, Leo, say that thing again that you were saying at the end of Speed's shows.
Science doesn't remember. Religion does, or science doesn't have all the answers, but religion has none of them.
Yeah, is that yeah? No, I just want because like Top Dog or somebody in here's got to remember to say that at the end.
I say stay.
I did want to say, Speak. Congratulations on breaking 300 subscribers.
Yeah, what the hell?
Did the influx just happen randomly, or did you?
Yes. I was on the Rage yesterday. And suddenly I got like 40 subscribers. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's good.
I'm on your tail.
That's fine. I don't care. We all need to grow together. That's part of the being.
That's a fact. We do. Yep. And I watched your Dr. EigenStae last night about the. The thing is, if you have two fields and they interact, and they tend to coalesce on a point. That we've made an observation, basically. So matter, it's almost like matter, like when it interacts, it kind of coalesces, but it doesn't until then. So the electrons are pretty much a field until they interact with something else. Is that what you were saying? basically? Or?
Essentially. So, like an electron in orbiting the nucleus of an atom is going to be a wave, but it's going to interact with the protons in the nucleus through another field, namely the electromagnetic field. And so the electron field couples to the electromagnetic field, which in turn is coupled to the Dirac fields that make up quarks. So interactions are just fields of force or fields of energy coupling to each other.
Yeah, and the whole thing, like when you think about it, you know, the idea that we're finding a particle at a particular spot in space. Now, that may not be the case. That may be just what fields do. And then, of course, you have that uncertainty, right? That we can't get it any finer than a certain level. Because and it may be a different way to look at matter, I think, to think of it in terms of the particle wave duality or whatever. Yeah. But that is pretty cool. And it makes so much sense with atoms in chemistry. When you look at the quantum interactions of atoms, they make sense that way. They don't make sense as particles, particularly.
Exactly. Yeah. That essentially what particles are is a probability distribution that is distributed over standard deviations, with each standard deviation essentially corresponding to some particular observable.
Yeah.
And the higher that wave in that standard deviation, the more likely that the quantity that you're going to measure is going to fall in that standard deviation. Quantum mechanics it's just statistical. That's the best way to put it.
Sean Carroll just did a video a couple days ago, or maybe yesterday, on that same on the observer effect. Mm-hmm. And he was saying, basically, no, anything is an observer if two particles interact, basically. And he was doubling down on that. But I'll see if I can find that video for us. I'll have to look around.
Okay, so when you're speaking of observer, it's not saying that a person has to actually look at it for
exactly.
Right. In order to observe something, you have to bounce some light off it, or you have to bounce something off it. In some way, you have to interfere with that state, right?
Exactly. And that's the concept of something called decoherence. So wave function collapse is something that actually almost never occurs, like actually in reality, in the real world, because everything is entangled to everything else in its local environment. And the sun are entangled because electromagnetic radiation from the sun is interacting with the earth. They're also interacting through gravity. So wave functions don't really collapse. Wave function collapse is what happens when the environment interferes with a perfectly preserved quantum system, and the information contained in that system leaks out, so to speak, into the environment, and thus you can thereby pull measurements out of it, because now you're sort of peeking into that quantum system. It's like there's a room, you have absolutely no idea what's in the room or what could be in the room, but you have a set of probabilities for what could be in the room, and you don't know which probability is likely to be the case until you open the doors and look into it. But once you open the doors and look into it, you've interacted with things in the room. The information that was in the room has now leaked out into the environment, and since you can now get a hold of that information, you can know what that quantum system is doing. But you have to physically interact with that system, and once you interact with the system, you will change it in some way, and I think that relates to the measurement problem. But the observer does not have to be conscious.
Yeah. So I put that video, the one he did yesterday, because it talked about some of the same things, putting it in chat and the description. And I got to put your EigenStae video too. You can find it. Where is Dr.
Oh, yeah, I've watched this one.
What's that? Yeah, that was yesterday. I think it came out. So
February 6th, 2020.
Oh, really? How come? It popped up in my watch history yesterday, so I don't know why. I was watching some other stuff. And let me get your channel so I can find that video of yours and put it in the description. Here we go. Explaining wave particle duality. So anyway, I thought that was pretty cool. Where are we? Copy link address. And
I also like to add that what you explained before with the with the room is why some people say we affect reality by observing it.
Yeah, I mean you can't not because you're a part of reality. In fact, your mind affects reality in a way because your mind is that reality playing out in this local place. In this spot. What happened to Leo? Oh no. I posted a link to Leo and he disappeared. Is this some kind of fucking dark magic?
No, he was just looking intense for the camera.
He probably couldn't just wait to go look at that link.
Yeah. Anyway.
So Jerry Penna in the comments was suggesting that the uptick in subs might have to do with the name change.
Yeah, but that was pretty delayed because I changed the name about a week ago or a week and a half ago, something like that.
Yeah,
maybe
it takes time for awareness to build.
Yeah, it does, I suppose. Anyway, where are we here? Okay, I screwed something up. Anyway, guys, so Danny's not going to come in. I kind of want a little Danny today.
Well, he said he had class.
Huh?
He said he had classes.
Oh yeah, he does.
Yeah, that never stopped him before, though.
Otangelo and Dak are still going at it over there. So
Walker's here. I wonder if Walker can come in.
So Dak is taking 2 bullets for us today, both Otangelo and...
He is. Oh, man.
Dak.
Yeah, everybody, if you're not subscribed or haven't liked Dak's channel or his videos, go out there and do that for him. He's taking one for humanity. He's talking to Otangelo now. He spent a little bit of time with Darth Dawkins and kind of owned him in a couple places.
I kind of did that on Praise's channel last Saturday.
You did?
One, yeah.
Well,
'Cause I was
good,
talking to Gavin and stuff.
Okay, the Bible thumping dingleberry. I love it.
Bible thumping dingleberry.
We need to make a song out of that.
I was
Bible
listening to it. I was listening to it as I fell asleep, and I thought, he's just a Bible thumping dingleberry, and it just came to me. And when I woke up, that was the first thing I thought of.
We could look at the tendon of John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt, I think.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, there you go.
John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
Yeah.
Bible thumping.
It's Danny. It's Danny.
Right.
Danny.
Hey, Danny.
Danny.
So, like,
Danny.
It says S.
SFT is now BTD.
Yeah. Danny's in a car. Danny's driving while texting and video or YouTubing.
That is kind of dangerous, Danny. We're concerned about your health.
Well, they don't give a shit. In Louisiana, they don't give a shit how many citizens they lose.
Right, yeah.
So,
Yeah, because more will just wash ashore.
yeah.
Well, you know what all those people that live in those states are saying, that these blue states are just bleeding people.
Yeah.
That was my pathetic attempt at sounding like a conservative. I should have done something more like. I'm allowed to do that.
I'm surprised that you listen to so much South Park. I'm surprised that you didn't say they took our gerbs.
Our gerbs, yeah.
One of my favorite ones is the white family. Nobody asks what the whites think because nobody cares about the whites.
Fucking in northern Minnesota, where they are very much in that they took our gerbs. I always say gerbs to them, and they never get it. Apparently, none of them up there watch South Park. So,
how about the one where
what's a gerb?
How about the one where Cartman's trying to start a band, and then he hands Token a bass, and he's like, "Okay, you're the bass player." Token's like, "I can't play the bass." Cart's like, "Yes, you can."
You're black, and then he starts playing it, and
he starts playing it. And
fucking Token's like, "God damn it!"
Hey, Danny,
Did you get my email?
No, I haven't.
Oh, I asked if 8 p.m. was okay today.
Oh, sure, we can do that.
8 p.m. for what?
Central time, real time.
Yeah, Central time, but I can be about whatever you want to talk about. I don't really care.
Okay.
Are you guys talking morality?
No, we're going to talk about how to talk to each other, I think. right?
We could do that.
And other things, yeah.
Set up some rules for interaction.
Yeah, I just got your email, and you got Standing's address, right, for email from
Yeah.
you? Yeah, isn't that an interesting address?
I don't remember it, but I remember it being not what I expected.
Yeah. Basically, well, it has a number attached to it, so we're not, and he gives it out freely, but it's truth is hate.
Who do
And
we
I don't
lose?
quite understand how that fits in with the Christian nice guy morality, but anyway, I don't know.
If you tell the truth, people will hate you. That's kind of a
Okay, yeah, I see.
that it's about.
Who do we lose?
I'm not sure.
I believe.
Midnight, I believe,
Leo.
is
No,
What?
Leo's here.
I don't see Leo.
Leo's
just
here.
keep your eye on the road.
You don't see me, my apparently
only see-
bisexual lover?
I only see Leo's body.
Oh, you don't really see Leo. I see. You just see his image or his reflection.
I don't know. Over on
Yeah.
that stream you were on the other night, Danny, they seem to be intimating that you see Leo a lot.
That you see him a lot, yeah.
Yeah, I
Biblically,
forgot.
did you? Let's see. So you and Scott had some sort of a little problem here earlier. Do you guys want to resolve that little
Well, I'm just
issue?
yeah. Well, I mean, I've been doing this sort of stuff since like 2016, and it's weird that because I've attacked all sorts of people, atheist, theist alike. I don't understand the idea of an agenda here, but maybe he meant something else than what I interpreted.
You mean Danny is Illuminati, which we Lena figured it out, that sort of thing. But
Oh no, I think Scott. He's talking about the other day in the stream. Scott was saying, we were talking about how Danny goes on a lot of theist shows, and and I'd mentioned how the Raging Atheist thought that Danny was a Christian, and you and Scott were speculating as to why he goes on all those theist shows and seems to. And it's just my word, for lack of better terminology, that you seem to kowtow to them, Danny. But
he does.
Yeah, Scott theorized that maybe there was some other agenda. I mean, he was just theorizing about why that would be, not trying to be pejorative to you. Like one of the guesses I remember he said was that maybe you have like some paper dissertation you're writing that you needed research for. So I mean, we don't know. So.
Yeah, I think I remember the list. I might have overreacted, but I remember every explanation he gave was like it implied some kind of me being disingenuous, like that I'm planning on being Elise Strobel, or that the dissertation thing that I'm just testing ideas. But I think I was too sensitive to what was being said, so I don't really care.
Yeah, I think
I certainly didn't mean to offend you, and I can see now why it would have been offensive to be speculating about people's motives. So,
well, we were spitballing, trying to understand you.
Yeah.
Because you are so different when you go on the theist sites than when you come in here. You come in here hot as hell, and you don't have any problem saying anything to us and taking us to task for anything we say. But when you go there, you let them call you garbage the other night, and you just rolled with it. I thought that was I think I know what you're doing. Like, you're trying to stay friends with them because you want to elicit something. Maybe I don't know what you're doing.
I don't really. It's hard to describe, but I think you're onto something. Like, I do act differently with that crowd than with this crowd, but it's people. But I don't think it's because of theism or anything like that. Because I mean, Neff, I was really abusive towards Neff when I first met him. I called him a fake Christian and all sorts of stuff, right? I guess so. It's not like, I don't think it's very straightforward as to what explains why I act differently in one stream or the other stream. But I mean, like I said, I think I was just overreacting.
Yeah. Oh, Walker saw my intro. How about that?
I don't know what that means though.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not familiar with.
Did y'all see it? I got an AMA. Did y'all see it? Sorry, John. Go ahead.
No, all I was going to say to you, Danny, is I'm unfamiliar with that. Like, what does it mean to overreact to something?
That means that looking back, I should have done something different. But
dude, right, flying right over your head. I was being self-deprecating there. I was setting you up to say, "What do you mean you don't know?"
No,
about
I know. I answered anyway. But the point. I got Stephen Law. I got an AMA with Stephen Law at 12 p.m. on Saturday. If y'all are interested, he specializes on the problem of evil. He's debated William Lane Craig. He's a great philosopher. He's very into secularism. So if y'all want to come and ask questions through the chat, and if you DM me personally on Discord, depending on the time, you can ask your question in voice, depending on the kind of question. But just let me know.
Well, give us a link and we'll put it in the description of this video.
I'm driving, but if someone would be so kind to go to my channel, it's already posted, the premiere or whatever.
Okay. Hold on a second. Where's the channel? I have you under suspicious Illuminati characters. I have
Jay Pasek shows up and he says, "Greetings, programs."
Greetings, programs.
Yeah, I think he's trying to imply that this is a simulation.
Oh, could be. Okay, which one? Stephen Law. Okay, there it is. Okay.
Look at the topics. Y'all should look at the topics that way, because he does a lot, and some of it has to do with like atheism in society. I think y'all might be interested in that, right?
Okay, philosophy of religion, problem of evil, skeptical theism, religious experience. Oh my God. Oh, I would love to talk to somebody about that. And role of evidence, metaphysics, necessity, natural. What the hell? There's a list of like 40 long. I'm not going to read them all. Religious belief, mind, meaning, significance of faith in schools, children's minds. I mean, you're going to be on there for 12 hours. So anyway, I will put a link.
Jay was referencing the movie Tron, and now he is mortified that nobody knew what he was referencing.
Oh shit! Sorry, Jay.
Sorry, Jay.
I've never seen that.
Sorry, Jay.
Sorry.
It's like 40 years old.
I just don't like memorize the dialogue in most movies. Maybe I should start working harder at it. Maybe I'm just lazy.
I mean,
maybe it's Maybelline.
I mean, it's got to be a pretty big line to remember it. You know, you're going to remember the play it against or play it. So everybody always says play it against Sam, but it's not play it against Sam. It's play it or you had me at
I love
March 6th. What time is it on March 6th?
12 p.m. noon.
12 p.m.
I've got the channel open.
Central?
Well, I guess so, because it's on my YouTube on my computer showing Central Time. So
mine says scheduled for March 6th. It doesn't give me a time. Oh, there it is. 12. Yeah, 12 p.m. Yeah, it does. Okay, I saw it. Okay,
I'm gonna paste a link to it in the.
I already did.
Man, dude,
I'm so quick.
For nothing.
I'm pretty spry for 70.
You are kind of spry there. I got
spry.
a question I want to run by you.
What do you want?
I was driving home Saturday, listening to. I already told you about the perfect playlist that Spotify just kind of threw out there for me,
right?
And how scary it got because each song was a hit and not a miss. And I thought, man, these computers know me too well. This could be bad. But there's a song by Tom T. Hall called "Watermelon Wine." I don't know if you remember that. It's from the 70s.
I wouldn't remember that. That sounds like it's in the country sphere.
It's in the country sphere, but it was about an old guy who said the only three things you can rely on in life are old dogs, children, and watermelon wine.
Ooh, which I've never fucking heard of.
It's a great song. We can pull it up on YouTube later. Well, you probably get a hit. Never mind.
Yeah. I just pulled it up.
Tom T. Hall had a lot of these sentimental kind of songs, even the ones about the playing with the pots and pans in the kitchen with your kids and everything, kind of sentimental, even though it was more joyful. But in order to establish that this guy was an old man, it mentioned in there that he was 66 years old. So my question is, has the age that we now consider old shifted? Because I remember back in the 70s when I was just a young man, a teenager. 66 pretty old.
60. It was 60 for me. Like I always thought my uncles were old when they turned 60.
So what is old now? And you can type that in the chat if you don't want to click on the link and chime in. But what is old?
Yeah.
I mean, when I was a kid, I always thought that by the time I was the age I am now, and I thought everything I saw about old people back then was something that happened to all the old people. So I just assumed that when I got into my mid 50s, I would be wearing polyester pants,
right?
And, going to dinner at 4 in the afternoon and like that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Everybody's an individual, no matter what age.
Yeah, the amazing thing, like I found out, like I waited for all of my youth to turn 24, and then I turned 24, and I didn't feel any different. Well, when I waited to be 18 and then 21 so I could drink, and at no time did I feel different. And now that I'm 70, I don't feel different. But anyway, I waited all of my youth to be 24 years old because it was like 12 times 2. And I'm into numerology. And my 24th year was the worst year of my entire life thus far.
Yeah, they didn't say that 12 was fun.
Yeah.
That 12 was a fun number.
But I mean, you don't feel any different internally. But then when I think back to my 9-year-old self, I have more in common with the kids down the block than I do with my 9-year-old self back then.
Yeah.
So the other thing is it's relative from whoever's expressing their perception of old. I mean, so like there's a lot of Generation Xers and millennials, and I don't know what the other one is that the most recent ones are that think that anybody 5 years older than them is old, or that all people that they think of as idiots are old, like the way that boomers become pejorative for stupid people.
Yeah, that's what I was saying yesterday. When in the 60s, with the whole hippie movement, I mean, we were like, if you're over 30, you're just fucking over, man. We're not going to listen to anything you say, and you are so square.
Yeah.
I've never understood this. Somebody who's like 5 years older than you is just so old. Like Amelia is almost 9 years older than me, and I don't consider her to be old at all. Like she looks like she's 26.
Bravo, Leo. Yeah. Bravo. You're able to fit Amelia into anything. I like.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was like,
God damn it, John! You keep giving me. I want to make jokes with what you say, but I'm not going to do it. You can't get me to do it. But there were several jokes I could have said. You could fit.
Not on Speed's channel.
Oh, I want to say it so bad. Ooh, anyway. You God damn. If we were off air, y'all would be rolling right now.
I mean, it never stops me. Why is it stopping you?
I'm not going to say. I'm not touching it. I'm not going in that direction.
I noticed something weird about actresses. They peak in like attractiveness at around 30 to 40, and they absolutely peak in that period. And that's interesting. I don't know why they do that.
I guess the English ones don't.
Oh,
maybe the American ones. But dude, like, wait, are you serious? You don't think Jennifer Aniston is attractive? Or like Jennifer Garner is attractive, or Angelina Jolie is attractive, all under like their 40s and 50s?
Doesn't that opinion sound?
Oh yeah, and
really creepy though. Doesn't that opinion sound really creepy though, coming from a 70-year-old?
Oh yeah, that is creepy. I mean, God, that's robbing the cradle, man. Me going out with a 40-year-old, that would just be heresy.
You said 30.
Well, 30, yeah, that's even worse. God, I'm not going to say the word, but hell. Unfortunately, attractiveness the interesting thing is as you grow older, you're attracted to more and more women because your age range changes. But it kind of cuts off for me at around 60, actually. 60, 70, that sort of thing. But then I saw some actress the other day that was Carly Simon, I think, and I think she's like 70 something.
Yeah,
So,
she
I
was
don't know.
awesome. Her voice.
Oh my God, I love her
Yes.
voice. Yeah, and she was
Her
cute.
and poor Karen Carpenter.
Yeah, poor Karen Carpenter. Yeah,
God, I wish she was still alive.
she unate herself to death.
Yeah.
Starved
I mean,
herself.
of course, I don't believe in this shit, but if anybody, you would say anybody had the voice of an angel, it would have been Karen Carpenter.
Yeah. Oh, and who's that? Oh shit! Sweet dreams are made of this. Who is that?
Annie Lennox. Annie Lennox.
Annie
God.
Lennox is the singer, but the Eurythmics is the name of the band.
Yeah, absolutely. And Marilyn Manson's cover of that was actually really good too. But I just love her singing it. I love Marilyn Manson. I don't know.
I don't. His cover never did it for me.
Really?
Because it wasn't Annie Lennox singing it. Her voice is.
I love this cover.
Just like Alanis Morissette, that woman can fucking sing.
Yeah.
Yeah. She played a good God too. And Dog.
I probably haven't seen the movie.
Yeah, she was God in Dogma. It's a Ben Affleck movie.
Oh, yeah. I need to watch that movie again.
Yeah, it was pretty decent.
I don't think I haven't seen it.
Every couple of years.
I haven't seen it.
It had George Carlin in it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I gotta watch that.
Introducing Buddy Jesus.
Did you ever hear? Well, that's kind of a stupid question. Everybody's heard this. Johnny Cash's cover of that 9 Inch Nails song "Hurt."
Oh yeah, I used to listen to it all the time.
Yeah.
I mean,
I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, the original guy from 9 Inch Nails that wrote the song was asked about Johnny covering it, and I'm probably getting the quote wrong, but he said something to the effect of that's Johnny's song now.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
He did the cover of "Hurt," and then he also did a cover of "Rusty Chains." That song. Is that what it's called? "Rusty Chains"?
Okay, I can't remember.
I think that was a. Chris Cornell was in the band.
Who and all?
It was in the 90s. I don't know. Look it up yourself. What am I, Wiki?
Yeah, and I can't remember who the dude is, but there was like some music producer that produced bands like 9 Inch Nails and more modern bands, and he like with this big bushy beard, and then he approached Johnny Cash to join his label, and then that's where Johnny Cash ended up doing like a lot of the stuff he did at the end of his life.
Oh
yeah. Who is that guy? He was he was on one of the YouTube channels recently, and he was a producer for just a whole bunch of bands. God, what am I thinking of? Is it this ringing a bell? He was arguing with, was it Cy Gart, or he was talking to somebody? Somebody interviewed him, and he was talking about religion. And he's a dude that he's written some books. I have his book. I don't know. I'll try to find it. But anyway.
Jay Pasic Panic says Temple of the Dog. Is that what you're trying to think of?
Nope. I'm trying to figure out who it is.
Soundgarden. For me, it was the one I was trying to remember was Soundgarden.
Oh, Soundgarden. Okay.
Soundgarden.
Yeah. And let me find the song. Damn it.
God, I saw a whole bunch of those bands out at. We used to have a music festival for like 2 days at Apple River, Wisconsin. That it's like a float park or whatever, but they had a huge stage, and there were all these bands that came, and we saw like in one weekend you could see like 20 bands. It was pretty cool. That was where Iggy Pop I almost dropped Iggy Pop. He was body surfing.
Right.
And I was like, what the fuck? It was interesting.
Danny says he must have meant I've seen this clip of Diana Damrau doing the Queen of the Night aria. I don't know. The Queen of the Night aria.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Rusty Cage.
not familiar.
Rusty
Yeah, Rusty
Cage.
Cage, by sound, and thank you. I'm sorry. I do apologize to everybody in the chat for not checking with y'all first before going off to the Wikipedia. Y'all have the answers. You knew, and Agnostic Pagan Mom really wants us to know.
Rusty Cage.
Rusty Cage.
She said it 4 times.
It's an awesome song by both of them, but I think Johnny, when he put it to that guitar of his, he beat everybody.
Well,
Hey,
interestingly enough, that's what Agnostic Mom calls her. Never mind. Rusty Cage.
Okay.
Danny, what is Mozart? I've never heard of Mozart. I've heard of clip art, but I don't know if I know what Mozart is.
Mozart. I don't know.
Is that like a Japanese style of drawing? Like, what is that?
It's with bedazzlers.
Mozart.
I mean, something to do with bedazzling.
What did Arnold Schwarzenegger say to the producer when he was asked to do a movie about classical music?
I'll be back.
Yeah, I'll be back. Yep.
Danny said that she's amazing, Mozart.
Well, just so Danny knows, I copied that link of his that he gave for that opera, and I will listen to it later.
Danny's comment, Leo Philius, if God exists, you're going to hell. Probably.
I generally don't like classical music, but like that one blind dude, Andro Bocelli, I think his name is. Like he does a song and he's done it with a bunch of other people because it's a duet. Time to Say Goodbye. Is anybody familiar with that?
Unfortunately, no.
I mean, look it up on YouTube. Put Andre Bocelli and then Time to Say Goodbye, and it's like I don't know why. I don't generally like that kind of music, but it's fucking awesome for some reason.
I'm looking something up.
Phyllis, if God exists, you're going to.
Music is like it's like what beats my heart, and when you start talking about it, you can't stop because you have all these songs that you want to talk about that you want other people to hear. It's really weird because there's only one way to communicate the feeling of a song, and that's to show the person the song or have them listen to the song, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's really a powerful and interesting medium of communication that doesn't have shit to do with words. It has to do with a whole feeling, that sort of thing.
Yeah, but then you have the problem if you don't get into the song the same way they do, with the same level of intensity, then they think you're not human anymore and don't want anything to do with you.
Yeah, and the thing is that some of these songs you have to listen to like 5 times before you. Oh, what is Danny saying here?
I don't understand.
Music beats my heart. False. He's gonna oh my god. Oh shit. Okay. Oh, I'm the number one science. I'm now a science denier because music doesn't really beat my heart. Chemicals does. Chemicals does it. Right.
Right.
Anyway.
I mean, yeah, the music doesn't beat his heart, but mind and speech periods are synced up.
Yeah. Well, I got really sick to death of hearing 60s and 70s music. 70s, I don't think they made any music that I liked at all.
What?
Yeah, fuck the 70s.
Wait. No. Hold up. 1976. Don't fear the Reaper. Buddy, I should fucking Jap slap the shit out of you right now.
Oh, no, I don't know. They just lost control in the 70s. And then I got tired of hearing oldies from the 60s.
So you don't like Blue Oyster Cult? You don't like Electric Light Orchestra? You don't like any of these bands?
ELO,
Are
yes.
you fucking kidding me?
How about
I
Rush?
love ELO.
Rush.
Oh, no. No.
Are you thinking the 70s is like ABBA music?
Well, they
that
were.
kind of
That
shit.
was the 70s, but I like Rush, John. Rush is the best. You just don't talk shit about Rush.
Yeah, they were. That was shit, man.
I don't know.
One of my first concerts I ever went to was Rush.
Yeah, but didn't ELO start in the 60s, and kind of like
No, I
believe so.
in the 70s?
I believe so.
I
In
mean,
spite
maybe
of
they
the
did start in the late 60s, but they were all throughout the 70s because they
Yeah.
were.
Yep. There were a bunch of bands that didn't make it.
I think Erica's challenging you about the Beatles or something. Check the chat.
Yeah, the Beatles, the White Album. Yeah, and the early Beatles, of course, I was 13 when that shit came out. So, I mean, it took me away. But then when the White Album came out, they really started to get good. And yeah, the Beatles did a lot of really good work. But they started in the 60s.
He's pointing out. In the 70s. You said 70s sucked.
Well, yeah, and anything created or that started in the 70s sucked.
Goddamn funny.
Just absolutely sucked. I mean, the 70s, they lost their spirit, I think. I don't know. And then the 80s, holy fuck, Billy Idol and that whole fucking...
So you do not like post-Yoko Beatles. Is that what you're saying?
No, I do, actually. It's just I got tired of hearing it. You know? They overplayed it all.
Well, that's like me, like 57 years old. I could give two fucks about Christmas or Thanksgiving or any of that shit. I've had 57 of them. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I'm getting more and more sentimental about Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Oh no, Erica, no. What did you just no.
What did she say?
She used the phrase objectively wrong. I hope you're wearing your anti-Danny underwear. That's all I can say.
What did she where what?
Her most recent comment. Danny's about to jump in and be like, so what do you mean by objectively wrong?
Oh. Okay. Anyway.
So remember that one scene in Back to the Future 1 where
no, never seen
Marty does the electric guitar dance and stuff?
Oh,
and
yeah.
Everybody was shocked.
Yes.
Chuck,
Yeah, that was,
no one was cheering.
You were looking for. All right, I think I found that sound you were looking for.
Which one?
That guy knew how songs could be good in that form, but the high schoolers didn't. They're all just standing there.
Oh, Rolling Stones Painted Black. Yes, I like that. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good shit in the 60s. They just overplayed the fuck out of it, you know. And then when I hit the 90s or the 80s, I love all the 80s. You know, with the voice, the Billy Idol type voice. I love that. And then the 90s alternative.
Yeah. It's a
90s alternative. I just
White Wedding.
Yes. Oh, yeah. The 90s alternative just lit me up. I mean, it just, you know, yeah.
Same. Like that's my music right there. Like I can't like you're talking stuff like Sum 41, Matchbox 20, Blink 182, fucking I'll even listen to a band like U2 and Coldplay and all of them. That's my shit there. I like Nickelback. I like Linkin Park. I mean, there's Seether is another really good band.
Weird Al started in the 80s.
Yeah, and then it continued all the way through the 2000s. If you kept watching the alternative scene, there's a lot of really good shit. Modest Mouse, trying to think, just a ton of them. The Veils, it's pretty good. Anyway, we talk about music forever, and people are going to get viewership will drop.
Welcome to the music report.
The music report. So what else is going on?
People in the chat, you know, how they felt about different music.
Yeah.
You should start
going at it.
It gets people going.
Jared kind of told Jay Panic, you understand music better than philosophy. So he's using the discussion to springboard into a dumpster fire.
Yeah. So anybody know who Flesh for Lulu is?
Who?
Flesh for Lulu.
I don't know.
Is that a new band? Is that some sort of grunge band out of Seattle back in the 90s?
No, it's actually an alternative band from the 90s. They did the album called Plastic Fantastic. You have heard their song, but you probably don't know that you've heard their song.
What is it? Flesh for Lulu?
Flesh for Lulu. Yeah.
Quick, somebody search that on Pornhub. See what comes up.
Don't do that.
I don't go into Pornhub.
Or at least don't report the results if you do.
To be honest, I don't need porn.
What was the name of the group?
Flesh for Lulu.
Oh, that's the group.
Yeah, that's the group. And Plastic Fantastic is the album. I think, let me see, what the hell? Every little word is, I don't know.
Oh.
Copyright strike.
No, I wouldn't play that for too long.
Yeah, I know. Shut that shit up. Stop it. Fuck, I can't. Fucking phone. Okay. Anyway, have you heard that? Every little word, flush for Lulu.
Oh, man.
Given says, weird flex, Leo, but okay.
Wait, for what? I don't.
Because I said somebody searched that on Pornhub, and you immediately said, I don't need porn.
Oh, I don't.
Weird flex, Leo.
I wasn't trying to flex, but I mean, if you guys are looking, it's good news.
No, not a punk band. I don't think Flush for Lulu is a punk band. I don't know what the hell
you're a punk band, you fucking old punk.
Yeah, I'm an old punk
I
band.
remember when people call me a punk because I have the greatest fucking comeback when people call me a punk. Oh,
what's that?
Somebody will, you're just a little punk. And I said, the only punk around here is the sound of my dick hitting the back of your throat going punk, 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 punk when I spoke at you.
God. Okay, what did I ask?
And then I just get looks like, what the fuck did you just say?
I mean, if you're banging the back of their head with it, though, aren't you doing it wrong?
No. Like when I skull fuck somebody, hit the back of their throat. Punk, 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 punk.
Okay. Nip it. I apologize.
And Speed was great about the music talk.
Yeah.
That's where a mass mute button would come in.
Yeah. I need that. RHCP. All right. Why don't I know that acronym? I don't know.
What is it? RHCP.
Oh, what is that one? Knock Me Down and Fuck Me. What was KN? What the hell is that band? It was like alternative band in the 90s. Is it Knock Me Down? KMFDM or something like that? KMFD. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? KMFDM, but it was, or KMDFM, Knock Me Down and Fuck Me or something like that. I don't know. I think that's what it stood for.
Do you guys remember a band named Presidents of the United States?
Oh, yes.
Yep.
I can't think about their one hit, though. I used to.
That was a 90s alternative. I'm pretty sure I have it in my playlist.
Millions of Peaches.
Yeah. President. Let's see.
Well, it starts
Even
the presidents of the United States.
Even Bill Nye, the show, had a parody of it in one of their episodes ending.
I don't know if I can have it.
Millions of Peaches.
What did he put?
And Weird Al did the lump.
Yeah, KMFDM.
Or a Gump.
I don't think it really stood for Knock Me Down and Fuck Me, but we always remembered it that way. It's KMFDM, so Knock Me, Fuck Down Me. I don't know. That make no sense. Don't make no sense to me.
Boy, I'll tell you what. This episode just doesn't seem to have much of an agenda.
We don't. No agenda. I was hoping Walker would come in and tell me what I did wrong with my video this morning on. I just got up and I felt inspired to actually go after Bible thumping Dingleberry and try to explain how little content he actually puts out and how much preachy it is. And he claimed to come back after he claimed to just destroy James Downard. And the only way he destroyed him is by interspersing his stupid laugh clips and crickets and shit like that. But James Downard nailed his ass on about 5 things.
Well, once again, that may not be,
Scott.
That may not be. It may be for the benefit of his audience. They like a good slap down video, so he gives them one whether it has content or not.
Yeah, and that's the only way he could get a point against James Downard is by editing the video and putting in his bullshit. Yeah, and they love it. You know, they just love it. I destroyed evolution today. You know, we just destroyed this idea, destroyed that idea. And then you listen to it, and if you're actually thinking about the content they put out, he could have put out the content in about 30 seconds, and you could shoot it all down. There's nothing to them, and it's I don't know.
All I was going to say that thing you and Scott did this morning was pretty entertaining. You know, listening to SFT's, you know, the way he was disingenuously reacting with RJ.
Right. Yeah, and try to look at when you listen to Stanley, when anybody who goes over to Stanley's channel and debates him is basically being baited into being a prop for his preaching, and that's all you're fucking doing. And if you do that, shame on you. Shame on you. It's just I don't see the point in giving them props for preaching, because that's all it is.
You guys remember this one? Wonder if I can play it.
Copyright strike.
I can't remember. There's one song that those guys had that I really liked, and it's not clicking. I'm looking at all their titles. It's not clicking, but this sounds familiar to me.
Clicking is hard.
Loading and loading and loading.
Shit, what am I doing?
Here it is.
Fucking internet. Oh yeah, that one. Yes. Okay. Copyright strike. Okay, stop it, John. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, he couldn't stop it.
Gump, who's a good parody from Weird Al. It connected a lot of the movie. They had a good actor too who would play Gump in the music video too.
Hey, it's Walker.
Hello?
Walker.
Did John not figure out how to mute his phone?
No, I guess not. I don't know.
Quite
It took me a while too, because the iPhone, when you play music, it puts it down a little strip on the bottom, and you got to hit it. It's got a bunch of other shit going on, so it takes a while.
Yeah, but iPhones are easy though. You have the little panic button on the side where you can just instantly mute all audio.
I don't think so. No, it doesn't do that.
Yeah, there's a mute button.
If you're playing,
a little switch.
Wait, hold on. Speed, what version of the iPhone do you have? Like, what, an iPhone fucking 4? And then Walker here probably has like an iPhone 65,023.
No, I actually don't use iPhones. I'm an Android elitist, but most of my family use iPhones.
So the mute. Hang on a second. The mute button, really? Because I've got the sound shut off, and where the fuck
Isn't there like the little slider, and then if you hit it and it shows that it's red, then it just mutes all sound? I think it's next. God, I don't have an iPhone, but I'm pretty sure it's next to the volume.
Oh, button. You can shut it down by holding the down volume button, but you can't mute the sound. Oh, this is Halsey. I walked the line.
God, Halsey is.
I walked the line by Halsey.
Yeah.
You know, somebody that I know had Twitter arguments with like a Twitter war with Halsey before Halsey was famous.
Really?
And so that's sort of his claim to fame. Yeah, he was a dance instructor at a dance place nearby. But apparently back when she was like still going by Ashley on Tumblr and shit, he had an argument with her and he called her fake and all that, and he pulled up the DMs. It was pretty funny.
Well, I stopped the music.
Oh, Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's what you were talking about, Walker.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Did you see my other chat where I asked, you said that you wanted to do something on genetic entropy, like sometime?
Yes. No, I did not see your chat. But yeah, genetic entropy, I'd like to look a little further into it. I don't know.
Yeah.
If you want to do a real thing.
Huh?
I thought it wasn't a real thing.
It isn't, but
it is not. But I think it's a really interesting argument. I think it's the most fun argument to debunk out of the creationist ones.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what you need to do is start looking at it on a molecular basis, and then it kind of falls apart after that. And
I think it's one of those arguments that's like fractally wrong. You can look at it from any angle you want, and it's still wrong. Yeah, my favorite way to approach it is just through PopGen. Yeah, because I think PopGen's cool.
Yep, I like to look at it at the molecular level, which is interesting. But he was talking about ERVs with R.J. Downard, and that's what we were kind of attacking. The whole ERVs are functional, and he came up with like really bad arguments to support what he was saying, and he puts them out like they're just slam dunk. You know, like he's got them. You know, it's like, oh my God, we found a functional ERV. Therefore, they're all functional. But the interesting thing is when he said that Adam and Eve were created with perfect endogenous retroviruses. Now, how the fuck does that work? Because if those things start duplicating and they end up smacking in the middle of a gene, you can end up with cancer or a number of other real big problems. So if Adam and Eve had endogenous retroviruses that could duplicate themselves, then obviously their genome couldn't be perfect.
Yeah.
It doesn't even make sense, though. How would they get, unless they're during copulation, that happens, isn't it?
I guess they copulated, didn't they? I don't know. They don't talk about that.
I don't know.
I'm saying
To
that
me-
they're not getting it themselves; they're getting it to their offsprings.
Yeah. Well,
They
no.
have ERVs.
No, actually, I believe in your somatic line. Correct me if I'm wrong, Walker. I mean, basically, your viruses are continuing to replicate inside of your genome in your cells as you age, right?
But it's not all your cells.
No, not all of them, but some of them. And the germline cells is where it gets passed on.
Mhm.
But I'm talking about the somatic line. That basically, if you have ERVs, and they can bounce anywhere, they can jump anywhere they want. They can fuck you up and they can create. They can create a cancer, and I think that's one of the ways that.
Yeah, I don't know.
cancers can happen.
The argument that, like, you know, we found one or two ERVs or like transposable elements that have had some function. Usually, like the one that they always point to is the one that helped with the development of the placenta, because what it did is it disables your immune system when, you know, there's like a baby present, so your body doesn't attack the child that's in your womb.
Yeah.
So, you know, a virus is repressing your immune system. Huge surprise. But like something like 50% of our genome is made of transposable elements. It's a huge number, and most of them are just exceptionally like pseudogenized. I forget the word, but like they're very, very degraded.
Yeah.
I have a question, an important question. How do we know that it is placenta and not placenta?
Because we just know, Leo.
How? Give me the etymological framework that tells us that it is.
Because I before E except after C. Actually, that's not it. It's the when there's a C before an E. Yeah, if there's a C before an E, it makes an S sound, right? That's
Is there
okay.
a pronunciation in the dictionary?
Well,
I'm
actually,
working
the way
on
that
it.
C is pronounced has to do with the root of it. So, like, the C would be pronounced like a K in Latin. I think it would be pronounced like a CH in a lot of Italian languages, but then like the I think it was French is where the C started making an S sound, and English adopted a lot of that from.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, it's from placount, flat cake, which is Greek plakas, flat plate.
And the C often had a K sound in Greek too. So technically it would be a placenta.
It's a placenta. We just figured it out.
It could be placenta as well.
Yeah, but in modern English,
Placenta.
because of the way that our language is structured contemporarily, it'd be placenta.
Well,
I think we've just started a revolution in gynecology.
We have, yeah.
Oh, changes over time.
Oh, do you know what's cool?
Metrics.
Epithelium. The etymology of epithelium is above the tit, is what it says if you look it up. So it's above the nipple, and that's where epithelia came from. So, and it's one of the 4 tissue types in the body, and of course, not all of them are above the nipple. So.
I was about to say, is it like epithelial cells are skin cells, right?
There's all sorts of any cells that line up in a line and stick to each other in like a layer are epithelial tissues. So,
and so skin cells would be a type of epithelial cell, but they're not like it's like a all penguins are birds, but not all birds are penguins type thing. Yeah,
it's a type.
Okay.
Yep. But all your organs, are on the outside are usually have epithelial cells around them, guarding them and that sort of thing. But there's just tons of tissue in your body that's epithelial. And then there's mesenchymal. And I always think of Nephilim saying mesenchymal cells. he was trying to be so brilliant, and he was trying to like really trounce on some atheist. And he said, "Do you know about mesenchymal cells?" And I'm like, "Oh, you're so cute, Nephilim." He's so cute sometimes when he gets drunk.
You remember in my debate, he kept saying stapes. or as the way he pronounced it.
Oh yeah, instead of stapes.
Stape with a little whistle in between the and they're pronounced it's stapes.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, oh,
Oh, like the ear bones. Yeah, I remember that.
yeah,
he's so cute.
they're stapes with a whistle now. You guys have no idea how hard it was for me to not laugh during that.
Yep. Oh hell. Anyway, what else can we harp on?
I don't know what else. Can
Oh, Otangelo's still over there with Dak. They're having a really good talk.
I would assume so. It's only a matter of time.
Yeah.
I wonder if Dak realizes he's strayed from his initial. I guess you can talk about whatever you want to while you're waiting on God to show up.
Yeah.
So like I said, God might be in backstage, and Otangelo's keeping him from coming in.
Right. Yep. Anyway, guys, so I don't know. Should we call it today and maybe go over and watch the rest of Otangelo and Dak? I don't know.
This is a break from me watching physics lectures, so I'll probably go back to that whenever I'm done.
Oh, the hell were you watching physics lectures for?
What are you watching?
Lectures. I'm taking physics this semester.
Okay,
Physics
well,
2. I
these
took
are your
physics 1
teachers?
last semester. Huh?
These are your teachers' lectures?
Oh yeah. It's like
So they weren't like open courses or anything like that?
No.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
credit
Yeah, you
stuff.
said watching lectures. That's why I got confused.
Not on YouTube?
Rather than taking.
They're not on YouTube. They're posted to this like other website called Kaltura, which is basically like just a video sharing platform.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so you can't share. Well,
I don't know if y'all would. I don't know. I personally find the topic kind of boring. So not like. I like mechanical physics and stuff. Right now we're doing electronics and stuff. So we're doing like, circuits.
yeah.
Oh, a lot of electrical engineering related things.
Yeah.
RC networks and shit like
Stuff that I will
Actually,
probably never use again in my life.
Yeah, that stuff is boring. It really is boring.
oh, actually not. If you get into like semiconductor physics, transistors and stuff like that, you end up with quantum mechanics very
Which
quickly.
is still
So
boring
it's
because
really
the way
interesting.
quantum mechanics is applied is in a very boring manner.
Well, yeah, but even then, like, all right, if I'm going into evolutionary biology or something like that, chances are I won't be using any of that.
Well, actually, neurons basically are modeled with an RC network, resistance capacitance, and that's how your neurons fire. So you may once again run into it, a little bit of it.
Maybe if I'm doing in like brain development or something like that.
Yeah,
but chances are.
And yeah, other than that, I don't think you're going to find too much electronics,
especially
unless
like
you get an AI.
I mean, what I'm doing right now is mostly modeling and shit. So like programming, but that's still I mean, it's useful to know how hardware operates, but to do software, it's not quite as important.
What's a Syndergaardson? Oh, Syndergaardson instead of kindergarten. Okay. Yeah, but I don't know. I found circuit design to be extremely interesting. You get into a lot of Boolean algebra with circuit design, Carnot maps, or Karnoff maps or something like that. But you can design like I made Star Wars was a big thing back in the day, when the first Star Wars came out.
I would say it still is.
So I made my friend a Darth Vader like light circuit, and it had a sequential pattern on it, so it would like zip around in a circle and then blink a certain pattern. And to do that, you use Boolean algebra and use something called Karnoff maps, and you simplify the circuit, and then you can draw the circuit right off of that with logic gates, which is pretty cool. And what the fuck were they called? I forgot all my electronics. Oh my god.
Maybe I'll use this physics in my redstone components next time I play some Minecraft.
Yes, there you go. But I was really disappointed with physics in college because I thought they were going to tell me something about how the universe worked, and all they did was show me equations that described how to measure it. Mm-hmm. And there was no meat to any of the laws that I found. They were just like descriptive rather than, describing how the shit worked. And I thought it would have been deeper. So I was very disappointed with physics. I
think my school has done a pretty good job of it so far. I mean, obviously, we haven't covered relativity or anything like that yet. I'm pretty sure. No, it's actually on the syllabus. I'm pretty sure we're supposed to get to it like towards the end of the semester.
What is the name of this course?
Physics 2.
Yeah, but like Physics 2, and then they usually have at a
like the number.
No, like they'll have physics. So like, I'm trying to think of some places where I've looked at courses to see. Like at Harvard, they've got Physics 16, and I think it's what is it called? Mechanics, optics, and relativity. So they usually have like a name of what topics are generally covered in the class after the whatever subject number it is. Do they have that?
Nah, it's just Physics 192. Oh. It's like the bare bones intro level course.
So if it's introductory, wait, is this calculus based physics?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys are covering relativity and okay.
Yeah, I think it's going to be more like qualitative and not like
Ivy League school.
Huh?
I said I don't know where you're going, but it must be an Ivy League school.
Well, no, it's not like I don't think they're going to go in depth into like relativity or anything like that. Yeah, I think it's just going to be like, and here's what relativity is. Like, here's a general outline. Because after 192, a lot of people take QM. Like my buddy Robert's a physics major, and he took quantum mechanics last semester, and so it's sort of like, you know, you take physics 191, 192, and then you can take stuff like it'll set you up for quantum mechanics.
What textbook are you using? Who's the author?
It's an online textbook. Let me check. Sorry, one sec. It's on Pearson.
Pearson quit making textbooks?
I don't know. We just use the Mastering Physics program. I forget the name of the textbook though. It definitely has a name. It might just be Mastering Physics.
Okay. Oh, I think
Physics 192, right?
Yeah.
I didn't say Physics 197. Which one was it?
Oh, it was 192.
Okay, yeah. So that's going to be. I mean, it's 100, so it's still undergraduate course, but 92. Instead, it's a little bit more advanced.
Well, so the way my school sets up, it's 100 level courses are meant for freshmen, quote unquote. 200 level courses are meant for sophomores, 300 juniors, 400 seniors. So but I mean, that's like a general framework. It's usually just introductory courses are 100. You know, the advanced courses are 400, and then anything else is arbitrary.
I took it back in 1974, so it was a little different. I think it was Cyril's was the textbook or something. That was the big one back then, but. My physics professor was sexist and racist to the max, and he would get up in front of the class and say, if you're not a white male, you don't belong in this class. And he was tenured, so he could get away with that back in 1974. Do you think he'd get away with that today?
I don't know. He's tenured.
and I mean, there were two girls in our class, in this engineering physics class, and they looked very, very uncomfortable while he was talking. And this guy was just a rotten person, and he would put his politics out there every day. And he was just a racist son of a bitch and sexist. Oh my God. And he got away with it, like in a public college, right? Like a junior college in fucking Minnesota. I don't know.
Yeah, we also had a weird dude in our physics department. I don't remember what happened to him, but I remember over like the break. Well, there was like and the fallout of like the George Floyd protests and all that kind of stuff. I remember there were some petitions to like fire the dude and stuff. I don't remember what all he did.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's censorship, and then there's just shutting people that are stupid up. You know, I don't know. Sometimes you just
well, to be fair, this physics professor was a self-proclaimed proud homophobe, so he is no longer. I'm pretty sure he got fired.
Yeah,
I don't really know.
Yep. Okay. Hey, how much I got to pay to get out of here today?
There's been a lot of talk about why in like physics, specifically physics and just STEM in general, there's a lot of racism and sexism compared to other other categories
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
majors. That STEM seems to have a lot of racism and sexism.
Mhm.
It's really, really sad.
It is strange. From what I've found, I feel like the bio department's pretty chill. At least at my school, it's relatively liberal, and there's not a huge amount of diversity, but I think that's more of just a product of like, systemic racism, shit like that. But it's definitely getting better.
This guy, I saw this guy, Emerson Green, who has he's got a podcast. I think it's like the Walden podcast or something like that. Yeah, the Walden Pod. Asked a question about Christians if they found out that our universe is simulation, would their opinions on suffering change? And a couple of guys commented talking about how they find the simulation hypothesis, plausible and reasonable. And I came in and I said, newsflash, it's not. Theoretical physicist Sabina Hassenfelder explains why, and then linked her YouTube video on it entitled "The Simulation Hypothesis is Pseudoscience." And the one guy got really butthurt. Oh, fuck. This is why I love being a science communicator. You get to watch how butthurt people get when you blow their idiotic pseudoscientific beliefs clean.
Yeah, that's the purpose of science communication, is making people butthurt.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, so let's end this, and everybody should go over and watch Dak talk to Otangelo. No, wait a minute. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that.
Yeah. You had
Anyway.
me until you said Otangelo.
I posted the channel, but I don't know.
I might go over there just for immoral atheist support.
For lols. Lols. Yeah. Need some lols. Anyway, okay, so I guess I'm going to be talking to Danny tonight at 8 o'clock, and we're going to try to communicate.
Will that be live?
Communicate about what?
About philosophy.
Philosophy of what?
We're probably going to talk a little bit about that ethics video I did, or morality video, and maybe about natural selection, hopefully. So I don't know. Or we'll just talk about how basically the two different kinds of philosophy that he and I are coming from and how we clash. And because I think I understand a little bit about how and why we clash. And I just want to hear his thoughts on it. So we're going to cover a little bit of that at 8 p.m. Central tonight. And I'm going to end this broadcast, boys and girls. So anybody want to say anything?
Stay curious.
Profound. Leo froze. Leo's frozen. So Leo would say something about
what? I'm frozen.
Hi, Leo. We're ending the broadcast. And we're waiting for you to say something.
Oh, sorry. I'm responding to somebody who thinks that the simulation hypothesis is only philosophical when it's literally that's not what it's supposed to be. Anyway, science doesn't have all the answers, but religion has none of them.
There you go. Goodbye, cruel world.